everybody. Welcome to The Stack. I'm Alex.
I'm Pete.
And Justin, unfortunately, not here this week. He decided to stay in San Diego.
He liked Comic-Con so much, he decided, that's it, I'm going to get in line for next year.
Yeah, tickets were pretty hard to get, so he's going to stay there. He'll be back next week.
Yeah.
With our tickets. Concentrate with our tickets. Thank you for saving me from contradicting everything we just said with our hilarious bit. Speaking of hilarious bits, I thought we were dressing up today. What's going on?
Oh, I thought we were dressing the exact opposite of each other today.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
Under this, I shaved a Ghostbusters logo into my chest hair.
Sweet.
So.
I have a tie tattoo underneath it.
Excellent. All right, let's move on with the first book we are going to talk about. While we were at Comic-Con, a couple of people actually came up to me and said, "Hey, why don't you guys talk about more indie books?" So we decided we're going to kick it all off with a big indie book that came out, WWHulk, #3. Big indie book that came out this week. Very exciting.
I don't know if everybody's heard about it, but it's for a small publishing company called Marvel. And I love this whole WWHulk thing. Every time I get a new book, I become giddy. And I giggle through all the pages because I just can't get enough.
Like a little schoolgirl?
Yes, yeah. But I'm laughing at the fact that Hulk is ripping people apart and throwing bits and pieces of, like tanks and helicopters at other people. It's just such good family fun.
Yeah, it is great. It's just honestly a lot of fun. I wasn't quite sure how they were going to continue it from the first issue. The first issue was Slam Bang. Second issue was Slam Bang. Third issue, also Slam Bang. So I've really been enjoying it throughout. And the little thing that we found out about months ago, you guys went to the Marvel offices, found out that, spoiler, Doctor Strange's hands were going to get broken by the Hulk. Finally happens in this issue. So it ends with a little bit of a cliffhanger where Doctor Strange, now 50 feet tall, saying, "Strange smash!" Spiky metal hands.
Yeah, he has metal, spiky battle hands. So Doctor Strange is not messing around anymore, so I can't wait for 4 of 5.
One thing that I actually really like about the series a lot is I think Greg Pak is continuing the themes that he set out with Planet Hulk and the rest of the Hulk series that he did before. And it's actually kind of a sad story. The entire time Hulk, his world's been destroyed, his wife was killed, his unborn child was killed, and this is essentially him raging against anybody because he is so sad.
Yeah, it's tough. It's real tough.
It's
a touching story.
It's an emotional story.
But what's great, what I really like is Hulk sticks to his guns. Like, just when you think like he's going to start to listen to somebody and be like, you know what, this rage is a little crazy, maybe I should stop, goes right back into it.
Yeah, he's doing it like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much every time.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. So great issue, great series, a lot of fun.
Yeah, tons of fun.
Definitely pick it up. All right, next thing we're going to talk about, sticking with this indie publisher Marvel that we discovered. Very exciting stuff. New Avengers Illuminati.
Yeah.
This is the second to last issue of this series, revealing the secret history of the Marvel Universe. Very exciting.
Yes,
we're going to talk like this.
What I learned about the meetings of the
Are we going to do this for the next 3 minutes or so? We're
Yes.
going to talk like this.
Well, what's funny about it is you would think when the Illuminati gets together for a meeting, it's all business. There's a lot going on, a lot of wars and battles and other worlds we got to clean up. No, they sit around, they talk about chicks. They really kind of bust on each other, like, well, you slept with her? Like, it's really unprofessional. I'm glad that the Hulk is pissed at them and is going to take them all out. They deserve it.
The Hulk is sort of like a gigantic, I was about to say hulking, but gigantic human resources professional.
Yes, exactly.
And he's like, you guys have been unprofessional for years. This is your last warning, you guys, all right? And if not, we're going to repeal your 401ks.
Yeah, it's like when I worked in an office, I had to watch a videotape of what you could do and what you couldn't. Obviously, Illuminati missed that.
His issue is great. It's kind of hilarious that Bendis has taken the heavy hitters in the Marvel Universe, these huge, powerful beings, put them together, and all they do, their solution to every problem is, let's go and talk to people and talk about our feelings. Yeah. That's pretty much it. But it's hilarious. It's great. Everything is true to each of the characters. They're all very clearly delineated, from Namor or Namor or whatever you call him.
Namor. I don't
know. To Reed Richards, to Iron Man. Every single one is a very, very different character with a very different perspective, and it's interesting how they deal with the problems.
Yeah, I didn't like how they were like, why don't you just go in his mind and make him choose this decision? But they were like, and Professor Xavier's like, that's not what I do. But then they just show up and show him a couple fancy things and kind of like draft him. I was like, that's basically the same thing. You don't give him a choice.
In case you didn't read the issue yet, they're going and talking to Novar, who's a Kree who attacked Earth, declared war on it. They consider him a huge threat and decide to change his ways by showing him, look, you can come here and you can attack Earth and be a huge supervillain and get beaten down every single time by us, or you can be a hero and help people.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was the whole Professor Xavier thing. It was a little interesting and double-edged, and I think it was meant to be, because they're talking to him saying, hey, why don't you just go in and change his mind?
Yeah.
There's an interesting conversation where Xavier says, no, the mind wants free will.
Yeah.
That's what you guys tune into this show for, right?
Yeah.
Talk about free will and philosophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
We just talk about our existence in this world and what it really means. And are we really here? Is that really a camera?
No.
Oh.
It's not. We're in our basement. Let's actually talk about something that is slightly indie. First issue of Iron and the Maiden from Aspen Studios.
Yeah.
I thought this issue was fun. It was better than I expected.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt about it. It was drawn really well, and I was like, all right, this is going to be really over the top, Iron and the Maiden. But it was actually kind of a cool story, and like, I like the little boss guy with one leg. I thought he was pretty funny with the big glasses.
It's a very creative world. It's basically this guy, Iron, I think is his whole name, in a neo-futuristic world. Is that how you refer to it, Pete?
Yes, that's exactly how I refer to it.
Cool.
Thank you.
It's a neo-futuristic world that's been split into 3 warring factions, very similar to Grand Theft Auto, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like Grand Theft Auto, the futuristic comic book. And it's huge hulking guy named Iron. He's just a enforcer for 1/3 of the factions. Goes around punching people, punching their jaws off, things like that. And then he falls in love.
There's nothing better than a guy who shoots rather than talks, and then sees a woman by a Christmas tree. That's it. He's a changed man.
Pretty much.
Just like that.
It's so it's not 100% the most original story in the world, I think. But that being said, it was enjoyable. It was an interesting world. There's so many details and parts to it that they've created that I'm kind of interested to find out what happens next.
It was crazy how I went into a church and then all these like bad guy ninjas came out of nowhere. I was like, bad guy ninjas go to church?
If you've seen one bad guy ninja church, you've seen them all, honestly.
Right,
you know what I'm talking about? Seriously, you guys. All right, we're going to move on. We actually have a viewer called in and had a question for us.
That?
Pretty exciting. So why don't we play that, and we'll be right back.
Hey, what's up, Stack guys? I love the show, and I just have a quick question for you. You're talking about this whole Skrull, are they a Skrull, are they not Skrull kind of a thing, and I'm just wondering, is it sort of ripping off Battlestar Galactica a little bit with the Cylons, or is this just a common theme that's been going on in comics and pop culture forever so they can get away with it? So if you guys could weigh in on that, that'd be awesome. Thanks.
Cool. So I forgot to mention that was Justin from Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So thank you for calling in, Justin. You're a hero. But yeah, to answer your question, I think it is interesting. It definitely feels reminiscent of a lot of things. Certainly Battlestar Galactica with the whole Cylon thing, but it is also... It's something
long.
Yeah.
It's been around a lot longer than the Battlestar.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
you know,
so
there's
it's not like a rip-off.
what's coming. There's the movie coming out soon, The Invasion, with Nicole Kidman and Daniel Craig, which is this decade's Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yep.
I'm actually kind of hoping that the next version is going to be called Snatches. That'd be pretty cool, right?
Just shorty,
Yeah, that'd be fun. But there's every single decade, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, same thing. There's always panic about people taking our identity, conformity in society, and that's pretty much why the Skrulls were created. That's why what the Cylons are about, I think. Right?
Yeah, it's it's a theme that constantly comes up. But I just want to point out that just because we don't have a Justin here and a Justin called in, I don't want anybody to think it's not the same Justin, guys. All right, this was an actual person who called.
Skrulls.
Justin's a Skrull. I think that's what
go.
this proves.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think we've conclusively answered your question that Justin, you are a Skrull.
Yeah.
All right. One other thing, there's a little bit of news that I read. The Spirit has been cast in Frank Miller's The Spirit movie, which totally, I'm a little weirded out by the fact that Frank Miller is making a Spirit movie.
Yeah.
It's a little strange.
Yeah, that kind of goes against the whole Will Eisner aspect of that.
Yeah, I guess so. I just don't know how they're going to do it, and I guess
feel
until
like
I see something.
Yeah, I feel like he loves to do like darker stuff and like really, and I feel like The Spirit's kind of a bright, really cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's totally fun.
Yeah, which is so far.
Yeah, there was a little discussion on the blog, I think, about best comic book movie ever, which completely original discussion, guys. I've never heard that before. Never heard people arguing about what the best comic book discussion is. So, but we're going to do that. So, what do you think? Best comic book movie ever?
Well, I'm gonna have to say I don't think it's been made yet, but obviously
That's
I'm
a good presidential answer.
Thank
President
you.
Pete
Thank
Page.
you. I'm gonna be running. No, but obviously I say the Punisher. There's no question is the greatest comic book movie.
In case you
ever
haven't heard
made.
yet, Pete actually went to see the Punisher movie 3 times in the movie theater. How embarrassed for yourself are you?
I'm not. You know what? I like the Punisher.
Man.
Okay, I do. I'm sorry that.
Did you hear actually that they cast the guy who plays Pulo on Rome in the new Punisher movie that's coming out? You have no idea. This is no context for you whatsoever.
Well, I'm mourning the fact that Thomas Jane isn't going to be coming
Yeah,
back.
he was so amazing in that movie.
Well, what was your?
What was mine?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of tough. My first inclination is Spider-Man 2. Just when I saw Spider-Man in the
That's
theater.
too easy almost to say that.
That's exactly. So I'm going to say something a little more complicated. I would go for either The Incredibles or Darkman.
Wow.
You like those?
Yeah, the first Darkman was really good.
Did you like the second Darkman that never came out?
Well, there are other Darkman movies, yes.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
All right. Fine. All right, fine. You win. But the Incredibles then? How about that?
Okay,
The
I
Incredibles
enjoyed
is
it.
an awesome superhero movie.
Fun
I was
movie.
I was having a discussion the other day with somebody about whether The Incredibles is more a superhero movie or a James Bond movie.
Ooh, I don't know if there's that much of a discussion there. I don't think it. Why would you compare it to a James Bond movie?
The music, the setting, the villain, the way they set up the plot.
Yeah, but it's a cartoon versus live action. I don't know if you can.
You're right. There's no way of comparing a cartoon and live action. Absolutely not.
Well, I mean, it's a family, and they're like, the James Bonds are not like family film. It's not like little kids are like, yeah, I have powers.
I guess. I don't know. I think you're wrong.
Okay.
Anyway, that's it for the stack today. But if you want to contribute to our show, there's 2 ways you can do that. Like Justin from Eau Claire, you can call us at 213-291-1883, or you can email us at tips@pulpsecret.com. Those are the 2 ways of getting in touch with us. So please do, and we will play your answer or read your answer here on the show. That's it for the stack. Hopefully Justin is not dead somewhere in San Diego, and we will see you guys next week.